So I had a question about a certain passage in the Book of Mormon. Mormon 7:9 says, "For behold, this being the Book of Mormon, is written for the intent that ye may believe that," and that is described in verse 8 as being the record from the Jews, which First Nephi establishes as being the Bible. And I always kind of thought that was interesting because it would seem to me like if the Book of Mormon is saying it was written for the intent of us believing the Bible, that you could kind of get Mormon apologetics in a little bit of a conundrum there, where either the Book of Mormon either the Bible rather is correct, in which case the Book of Mormon is false because it contradicts it, or the Bible is incorrect, in which case the Book of Mormon is false because it endorses it. Right. And I was wondering what you would think about an argument like that.
Well, it shares characteristics with the argument that I make from the Quran in regards to the issue of the Bible, the Torah and the Injil, the fact that the people of the gospel are to judge by what's contained within the Injil. You have to have the Injil to be able to judge by it. Therefore, Islamic claims about the corruption of the Injil are questionable. And so you do have that, and I think that would be an appropriate issue to raise. However, if you're going to quote from that, then you're going to have to also deal with the fact that it says many plain and precious truths have been removed from the Bible. And the source of the quote-unquote supernatural translation of the Book of Mormon is the same source for the Doctrine and Covenants of Pearl of Great Price, which contains all this stuff that is not only directly contradictory to the Bible, but in the Mormon mind, demonstrates the corruption of Scripture in and of itself. And so it is that whole idea of latter-day revelation that becomes the filter. And the Book of Mormon, honestly, the Book of Mormon doesn't contain the vast majority of Mormon doctrine. Joseph Smith hadn't come up with any of that stuff at that particular point in time. And so it's not that that's the major issue. It's that it connects you to the authority. If it's supernatural, then its author was supernaturally inspired, and that author also produced these other books and this religious system, and that's where the problem comes in. Yeah, I mean, it's a valid observation, but the problem is the Mormon who reads that is going to read that within the context of all the rest of the stuff that comes from the same authority. And all the rest of that stuff says, we're the living church, we have the priesthood, and you have all these other statements in regards to plain and precious truths been removed from the Bible. And look at the Pearl of Great Price. It's got entire sections of the Bible that show that the Bible itself has been changed because these are the inspired versions of it, et cetera, et cetera. So that's where the complication comes in, is it sort of comes in as a package. You'd have to sort of separate the Book of Mormon out from the others to make much more of an argument there. But